Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk about why you should never let politics ruin your close relationships. I feel like this is a topic that's incredibly important and relevant in today's world, especially because here in the United States and all over the world, we've allowed ourselves to become so polarized over politics. And it's really unfortunate because politics shouldn't be such a divisive topic for anyone. But nowadays, people are willing to literally disown friends that they've known for a long time, or even family members, just because they have a different political opinion. This is ridiculous, because politics is only one aspect of life. I get that it is a pretty important one because politicians will dictate your quality of life by the policy they choose to pass, but even so, it shouldn't be anyone's main focus in life. It really shouldn't. Because your family should be more important, how your own future should be more important to you. There are plenty of other things that should take precedence to politics in your life. So when somebody is willing to value politics so much that they're willing to literally cut people out of their life for holding a different opinion than them, that's really bad. This is one of those things that I don't even know I have to say it because it should be obvious, but I see it so often nowadays and it's not a good thing. In my opinion, it is never really worth it to get rid of a close, long-term friendship or even relationship with someone over just a differing opinion in politics. So, in a way, doing this behavior where somebody will cut someone out of their life for having a different political opinion, that demonstrates a lack of maturity. Because what it pretty much conveys to the world is that that person lacks the emotional maturity to handle people having differing opinions than them. That's childlike. It really is. That's childish behavior. Because what other group of people will do that? Will throw tantrums when people disagree with them and will get so frustrated that they'll either leave the room or run away crying or otherwise leave the situation and the people who upset them. Children do that. We're all adults here when we can vote. I would hope so, at least. So, adults shouldn't be treating other people in that childish way. You should have the emotional maturity to be able to handle people having differing opinions to yours. And nothing is so easy to describe as just saying that the person is a bad person for voting the way they do, because both sides can use that rhetoric. Both the left and the right can say, oh, they're just a bunch of idiots over there. Obviously, that's not the case because people are far more nuanced than that. So, just don't fall into that trap of shunning people for thinking differently than you. If anything, when you encounter somebody who has a differing opinion, your goal should be to understand them because their opinion is going to help you grow. Their way of seeing the world will give you perspective. Because we're not all the same, obviously. We're all very different people. We all had very different upbringings and we all see the world in a different way, which is going to affect the way we vote. So things aren't as clear-cut as my side is good and your side is bad just because you decided to arbitrarily pick those sides. We're all people here at the end of the day. And when you get down to it, most people vote based on their values. That's it. Their values. That doesn't even mean they may like the candidate they're voting for. It may just mean that the candidate they voted for has values more in line with the person's own values. So, one situation I've seen here in the US quite often is that people say Trump supporters are all bigots and racists and all, you know the list. But there are plenty of people who voted for Trump based on their values and they don't even like Trump. It is unfortunate that here in the US we only get two options, so that can happen where you're left to vote for someone who you don't even like, but that's been happening for quite a few elections in our history. We don't always get the best options, but oh well. And likewise, there are people who voted for Biden and didn't like him either. So on both sides, there are people who just aren't enamored by the person they voted for because they're not necessarily voting for the person. They're voting for their values. And I see this in the UK as well. I know a lot of people are up in arms over, was it Boris Johnson there the Prime Minister, and then Canada with Trudeau. So let's just get to a point where we understand that at the end of the day, we're all just people here. We're all citizens of our respective countries, and there's no point in becoming so divided over the politicians that rule us. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much we can do to even affect who ends up in office. I mean, really, there isn't much you can do, especially in other countries outside the US that aren't democracies. There's even less you can do in those situations. So basically what I'm getting at here is that we're all just citizens of our respective countries. We're all on the same team. We shouldn't be so easily led to try to destroy each other and spit venom at each other over politics. It's one realm of life, and it's not even the most important one. And here in the US, we've become so freaking divided and so polarized over it that it disheartens me. I look upon it and I'm a bit saddened, because this is a great country and our history is incredible, especially what the founding fathers were able to do. And I can only imagine if they were able to look on the country now and see how divided the population is, it would make them get a little bit sad too. Because we shouldn't be so willing to ruin close relationships over politics. It just isn't worth it. Think about the people who you've grown up with and who you've known for a long time, and your family members who were there for you. They won't all think the same way that you do, and that's to be expected. Would you be willing to throw that away just because they disagree with you on politics? I hope not. I truly hope not. But anyway, I feel like I've been rambling in this video for quite some time. So I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!